Good morning. This is Saturday morning. My wife is still in bed asleep. It's dark outside and I'm going to make something that I've been promising to make for some time, and a number of people have been asking for it, but I really don't want to make it. It's hard to explain how little I like this, yet I had to eat it for 2 years when I was in the Army. And to prove that I was actually in the Army, here's a picture of me, and it was at my promotion party to Sergeant First Class. It's one of the few photos that I have of me in the Army, but this will prove it. But to tell you what I'm going to make this morning, it's called creamed chip beef on toast. It's what the Army called it. Everybody in the Army had a much more colorful name on it. And I might as well say it now, shit on a shingle. The first thing I'm going to make is the milk. Now, most everybody gets milk out of a bottle. In the Army, it came in a bag. Powdered milk. It was about the most tasteless thing in the world. And the formula for making it was 1 in 4. 1 part powdered milk, 4 parts water. So I've got a cup of water here. That's all I'm going to make today. And into it I'm going to put a 4th cup of powdered milk. Now that needs to dissolve in there and whatnot, so I'm going to do this first. It's one of the first things that needs to be done. Stir that up and let it start dissolving. Now the second thing is the chipped beef. Now Armour Company still makes dried beef, and if you like it, fine. But this comes in little round pats, so I'm going to have to do the chipping myself. Nothing precise in here. Now, you can still buy the chipped beef, but I haven't seen it in stores in years. And what it is they just basically have a thing like a grater that they run it over to turn it into small chips. Now there's our chipped beef. Smells just like it did in the Army. You know, I was always impressed by the chipped beef. It's the only thing that I ever found that smelled like a Mexican meat market. And until you smell the actual Mexican meat market, you can't understand what I'm talking about. It's like a few other smells in life that you just never forget. Next, I'm going to make the gravy, cream sauce, bechamel, or whatever they want to call it. It's gravy. And for 1 cup, the ratios are 2 tablespoons of flour and enough fat to make it up. And you make a roux here. Now I'm going to saved just a little of this flour here in case I needed to thicken things up with. And let that start heating, and I'll combine them, the flour with the oil. As it gets hot and combines, and I'll stir it then. I want to hit it with a little black pepper this time. And pour in the milk. Now, I'm not going to pour all of it in. I'm going to set it back a little in case it gets too thick and I have to thin it up. Now, this will have to be stirred continually from now till it thickens, or it will lump. As it's trying to do now. There, it's getting a little thicker. And it's going to need the rest of this liquid. And that should thicken up adequately. This point is where we add in the delicious chipped beef. And stir it in. Looks like I'm going to need a little more liquid there. Well, I guess this is the proper Army method of making the right consistency here. It's like in artillery, you fire one over, one under, adjust and fire for effect. That's getting about right. Now, to make this reenactment totally authentic, it's got to be served in the Army fashion in a mess kit. Put the toast in there. And a big spoon. And start ladling that delicious cream sauce with chipped beef over it. And needs a little salt on it at this point. And I have my genuine Army spoon here to eat it with. Now, when we were issued these mess kits, they came with a spoon, a jicky knife that would bend, and a fork. Now the fork and the spoon will do the same thing, except the fork won't eat soup. So we threw everything else away and just used the spoon. So I'm going to go to the table now and try out my delicious breakfast. Well, here it is on the table in my mess kit. I'll give it a try. Check this out. Tastes just like it did in the Army. All I can say about it, it beats sea rations and better than nothing. Gotta have some water with this. Well, I saved enough of it to make my wife a plate. I'll see how she likes it. As far as I know, she has never had this Army delicacy before. Well, it does beat fast food. That's all I can say. Thanks for watching this thing with me and going along on this trip back in time, about 70 years, 60 years, whatever it is, to when I was in the Army. And by the way, I got out my old Army cap to wear for this. So thanks for watching. God bless America, God bless Texas, and keep watching my YouTubes. Hey, just right. 7:45. Good time for breakfast on a Saturday morning.